Hello everyone, myself A.S. Falmari, Assistant Professor, Department of Humanities and Sciences, Walchand Institute of Technology, Solapur. Learning outcome of this video is at the end of this session, students will be able to evaluate powers of complex numbers using De Moivre's theorem. Consider the first question. Prove that this big complex number is nothing but minus 1 by 4. Solution. So in order to prove that this whole complex number has minus 1 by 4, so first of all we try to express each Cartesian form complex number into its polar form. Once we express it in terms of the polar form, we will apply the De Moivre's theorem and evaluate it. Consider the first complex number 1 plus I, and it has the polar form r into the bracket cos theta plus I sin theta. Now r and theta is to be found, and we know that r is what? The square root of sum of squares of real and imaginary part. Here the real part is 1 and imaginary part is 1. So we can write it as square root of 1 square plus 1 square. So that is what it is, root 2. Now theta is tan inverse of imaginary part upon real part. Here both are 1. We can write it as tan inverse of 1 by 1, that is tan inverse of 1, and we know that tan inverse of 1 is pi by 4. Substituting the values of r and theta in the equation number 1, we get it as 1 plus I is equal to root 2 into the bracket cos of pi by 4 plus I sin pi by 4. We want 1 plus I to the power 8. Taking 8 power on both sides, we'll get this equation here. Now on the right hand side, taking the separate powers of this root 2 and this bracket, we'll get it as root 2 raised to 8 into the bracket raised to 8. Here we want to write down this bracket in terms of like cos theta plus I sin theta raised to some power. For that purpose, we take this coefficient 1 by 4 as a power as per the De Moivre's theorem. That is, root 2 raised to 8 is 2 raised to 4 into, and taking this 1 by 4 in power, we get here it as cos pi plus I sin pi to the power, already 8 is present, and 8 into 1 by 4 is 8 by 4, and 8 by 4 is 2. Now this is the value of 1 plus I raised to 8. Now call it as equation number 2. The next number is 1 minus I raised to 4, and 1 minus I is conjugate of this 1 plus I. We can directly write down 1 minus I as root 2 into the bracket cos of pi by 4 minus I sin pi by 4. Taking fourth power on both sides, then we get this equation. Now taking the separate power of this root 2 and this bracket, we'll get this new terms. Now this is equal to root 2 raised to 4 into this bracket raised to 4. Now here also, to write it in terms of cos pi minus I sin pi only, I can take this 1 by 4 coefficient in the power, but already in the power 4 is present. So cancelling them, we are having only power 1, that is, we get it as root 2 raised to 4 is 2 square, and this bracket cos pi minus I sin pi. And as we want to evaluate that big complex number, we are always trying to write all these complex number as cos theta plus I sin theta raised to some power. Here this negative sign is there, and we know that the identity cos theta minus I sin theta is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta bracket raised to minus 1. So as per this identity, we can write it as this 2 square as it is, cos pi plus I sin pi bracket raised to minus 1. Now calling this as equation number 3. Next number is root 3 plus I. Again it has a polar form, r into the bracket cos theta plus I sin theta. Now r is square root of sum of squares of real and imaginary part. Here real part is root 3 and imaginary part is 1. Root 3 square is 3 and 1 square is 1, and it is root 4 and root 4 is 2. And theta is tan inverse of imaginary part upon real part. Imaginary part is 1 and real part is root 3. and tan inverse of 1 upon root 3 is pi by 6. Substituting the values of r and theta in the equation number 4, we get this new equation here. We want to calculate root 3 plus I raised to 8. That's why I can say that taking 8 power on both sides, we get here root 3 plus I raised to 8 is equal to this right hand side quantity raised to 8. Now taking the separate powers of these two terms, we get it as 2 raised to 8 into the bracket raised to 8. Now again here doing the same thing, applying De Moivre's theorem in reverse order, that is taking this coefficient 1 by 6 in the power, we get it as 2 raised to 8 into the bracket cos pi plus I sin pi raised to 8 by 6. And this 8 by 6 is nothing but 4 by 3. Now from equation number 5, actually equation number 5 contains the polar form of root 3 plus I. Now the next complex number is root 3 minus I, which is the conjugate of root 3 plus I. So we can obtain from 5 the value of root 3 minus I by simply replacing plus by minus on the right hand side of this equation number 5. We get it as 2 into the bracket cos of pi by 6 minus I sin of pi by 6. Taking fourth power on both sides, we get this new equation. Now on this right hand side, taking separate powers of this 2 and this bracket, we will get this new equation here. Now again, applying De Moivre's theorem in reverse order, that is taking this 1 by 6 as a power, we get it as 2 raised to 4 into cos of pi minus I sin pi raised to 4 by 6. And this 4 by 6 is nothing but 2 by 3. Now again, to write this minus sign as plus, we will use the identity cos theta minus I sin theta is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta bracket raised to minus 1. So taking minus in the power, we will get it like 2 raised to 4 into cos pi plus I sin pi raised to minus 2 by 3. Call it as next equation number 7. Now consider the given complex number, and after substituting all these values here, we'll get this new right hand side. Now in the numerator it is 2 raised to 4 into 2 raised to 4 is 2 raised to 8, and in the denominator already present, so cancelling it, and this 2 square is left. Taking this 2 square as it is, we get it as a 4. Now in the numerator, see this bracket is same, means we can add and subtract the powers. This power is 2 and this is minus 2 by 3, and which is nothing but what? 3 into 2 is 6, 6 minus 2 is 4 by 3. Okay, it is 4 by 3, and in the denominator it is minus 1, it is 4 by 3, and if we take this cross multiplication, we'll get it as minus 3 plus 4 upon 3, that is 1 by 3. Now taking this 1 by 3 in the numerator, we'll get it as a minus 1 by 3, that is we get it as this same bracket raised to 4 by 3 minus 1 by 3, that is 3 by 3, and 3 by 3 is 1. So that I can write 1 into cos pi plus I sin pi bracket raised to 1 upon 4. Now we know that the value of cos pi is minus 1 and sin pi is 0. And finally, we'll get the value of this big complex number as simply minus 1 by 4. Consider the next problem. Prove that 1 plus I root 3 raised to 120 plus 1 minus I root 3 raised to 120 equal to 2 raised to 121. Solution. Again the same thing. First, we want to write down these two complex numbers, 1 plus I root 3 and 1 minus I root 3 in terms of polar form. First of all, writing 1 plus I root 3 as r into the bracket cos theta plus I sin theta. Now pause this video and find out the value of r and theta. I hope that all of you have written the answer. Let us verify your answers. R is square root of 1 square plus root 3 square, that is the sum of squares of real part and imaginary part. Here real part is 1 and imaginary part is root 3. And 1 square is 1 and root 3 square is 3, and it is root 4 and root 4 is 2. And theta is tan inverse of imaginary part upon real part, that is root 3 by 1, and that is tan inverse of root 3, and we know that tan inverse of root 3 is pi by 3. Substituting the values of r and theta in the above equation number 1, we'll get the polar form of 1 plus I root 3 as this one. Taking 120th power on both sides, we'll get this new equation here. Now taking the separate powers of these two numbers and again immediately applying the de Moivre's theorem for this, we will get here it as cos of 120 pi by 3 plus I sine of 120 pi by 3. Now this 120 by 3 is 40 pi. So we write here 2 raised to 120 into the bracket cos of 40 pi plus I sine of 40 pi. Okay, call it as equation number 1. Similarly, the next quantity we have to obtain is 1 minus I root 3 raised to 120. This is exactly the conjugate of this equation number 1. So that can be obtained by simply replacing here plus by minus. So we will get it like this. Now call it as equation number 2. Now adding equation 1 and 2, we get this new equation. Now from these two equations, we can take 2 raised to 120 common and writing the remaining terms inside the bracket. Now cancelling this plus I sine 40 pi and minus I sine 40 pi and adding cos of 40 pi, we'll get it as 2 raised to 120 into 2 times cos of 40 pi. See, this 40 is even number and we know that cos of a1 into pi is 1. So it is 2 into 1 is simply 2. So it is 2 raised to 120 into 2 and that is what 2 raised to 121.